Greetings, Cybertruckers and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG and the Truck Maximus coming at you from another episode of Let's Play Euro Truck Simulator 2. After a few months break from this game, and guys, I gotta tell you, I am so excited to be back. A ton of you guys have emailed me and got in touch with me on YouTube about starting up the Euro Truck Simulator 2 series again. And guys, we are freaking back behind the wheel of Maximus. I'm going to start playing this game again because you know what? I love this freaking game so freaking much. It is awesome. And it makes me so happy every time I play Euro Truck Sim 2. So you know what, guys? We are back behind the wheel of Maximus every single week for the next few months or so. Let's see how far we can get in this game. Now, I don't really remember what we were doing in the previous episode, but I do believe we were making a delivery to Amsterdam. But the bad news is, guys, that since the previous episode, the game has actually updated itself. And what's one of the bad things about this game is that when the game client updates, you kind of lose your progress if you haven't finished your last delivery. So I think we may have lost our progress because I think we were in Amsterdam in the previous episode. So it looks like we're back in London, right? Which I think means we may have lost the previous delivery. However, I have taken a job that is going to be taking us from London to Amsterdam again. We're going to go back to Amsterdam. And then there is another job that we can take from Amsterdam back to the United Kingdom. If we have a look at the job market over here, check it out, right? We are going to be taking this job over here from London to Amsterdam. And then when we get to Amsterdam, we're going to collect these awesome ass tubes and take them back to Grimsby in the United Kingdom. So to get back into this Euro Truck Simulator 2 series, guys, we're just going to do a nice little back and forth delivery from my favorite city in Europe, London, to my homeland, the Netherlands, and back again. And, you know, that sounds like an awesome way to get back into this series, guys. So sit back and relax, man. Let's play some freaking Euro Truck Sim 2. So good to be back behind the wheel. Oh, man, this is epic. And we are very close to Posped over there, our client for today's mission. So you know what, guys? I'm just gonna back this sucker up and get ourselves out of here. There we go. And I think Posped is just around the corner over there, right? Okay, so guys, I gotta get back into this, man. I gotta use my indicator. Don't mind me just crossing the highway. It's just me. Don't worry, people. Everybody just chill. I've got my license, okay? I'm a licensed trucker, and I've only got 3% damage on this truck, man. So, you know, that's a good thing, right? Right, guys, here we are in Posped to pick up our delivery for today. And let's take this job. Yes, I will take this job, thank you. We're going to go back to Amsterdam where we went in the previous episode. But that's okay, we'll go back. Let's go and pick up the trailer. Now, guys, man, Euro Truck Simulator 2, what a sweet game. It's been a couple of months since the previous episode. And to be honest, I stopped playing it because I kind of got the impression that you guys weren't really enjoying the series. But I got that completely wrong because a ton of you guys are actually loving the series. And, you know, and I thought to myself, well, why don't we start playing again? Because we got loads of cyberdogs out there who really love this game and want to see us play more. And, you know, I got an email from a cyberdog about Euro Truck Simulator 2. What are the keys here? No, we don't want that. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so what I'm trying to do over here, guys, is pick up our trailer over here. So let's just get a nice camera angle. Anyway, I got an email from a cyberdog who said that he enjoyed watching this Euro Truck Sim 2 series with his dad. And now that I stopped doing it, he can't watch the series with his dad anymore. And I was like, you know what? That is so awesome, man. There is a son and a dad watching the series. How can I not play more Euro Truck Sim 2? You know what I'm saying, people? Alright, there we go. Let's attach the trailer. Man, I did that first freaking time. Can I get a high five, please? Man, that was a first time attachment. Up in that jazz. How do you like them apple cyberdogs? That is right, man. Well, I got the trailer attached first time. Let's see if I can actually do the when we get to Amsterdam, whether I can park the trailer first time. That's going to be that's going to be a true test of my skills because I never seem to be able to park the trailer first time, man. But anyway, guys, let's get the jazz out of here. We have got what we need. What does this do? Oh, this is just to view the job offer. Okay. Well, we know where we're going, right? We can see it on the map. There we go. And it looks like we're going to need some fuel, guys. So as soon as we see a petrol station, we are going to be stopping because we are almost half tank empty there, which isn't good. And currently we are in London. There is the Gherkin, which is so sweet. And for those of you guys who don't know, I live in London, and I actually used to live really close to the Gherkin, so it's actually really cool seeing it in this game. It's actually epic. Uh-oh. Am I going in the wrong direction here? What's up with our sat nav over there, man? Is that thing working properly? Oh, I am actually going the wrong way. My bad. We're gonna have to do some sort of an epic U-turn over here, I think. Well, there's no one on this side, right? Okay. I want to see if I can U-turn. Oh, red. Oh no. Just picked up a fine. Just picked up a fine. Okay. So my bad. My bad. Okay. I'm not going to do a U-turn, guys. It's London, man. There are freaking CCTV cameras everywhere. I'm just going to do this legit. I'm going to try and do a legit turn over here. Let's get into the middle of the road as we're supposed to when we're turning left. Oh, he's going to let me turn. Thank you very much, Mini Cooper. Sweet car. You look like a butthole, though. Right, let's go this way, man. Anyway. Can't believe I just got a fine, man. That sucks. Well, it was only 280 quid, though, so it's not too bad. But guys, we're in England right now, right? So we're on the left-hand side of the road. For all of you non-British / Australian / South African viewers, we are currently on the wrong side of the road for you guys. But soon we're going to be heading into Europe, and we'll be on the right side of the road. You get it, guys? The right side of the road. You know, the right. Oh man, that was a bad joke. Anyway, guys, looks like we're coming up to a traffic circle over here, so we're going to be able to do a U-turn and actually get on track here. So far, our return to Euro Truck Simulator has resulted in a £280 fine and us going in the wrong direction. So, all in all, I would say a pretty decent start to a ReNDoG video. Tons of noobing out going on. However, I would like to point out that I'm making very good use of my indicator. And looks like I just backed up into a railing or so. So that's another good bit of driving there, ReNDoG. There we go. Okay, we're clear. Okay. Man, I love this game. Oh, I love this game so much. Alright, anyway guys, we've got our mission in the bank. We are back to Amsterdam. It is a beautiful day in London right now. Look at this, man. The sun is out. Even though we've got a fine, not even a £280 fine can get this dog down right now. I'm in my Maximus truck. I am loving freaking life. We're about to hit the highway to head off to the freaking ferry to get us over to Europe so that we can make our way to Amsterdam. And man, I'm so happy to be playing this game again, guys. And big shout out to all of you Euro Truck Sim 2 fans that have been egging me on to play this for the last few months. You guys have been, you know, really flying the flag of Euro Truck Simulator 2 high, man, and not letting me forget about this game. So, you know, this episode and is for you guys, man, for you Euro Truck fans out there. This series is for you. And I don't know why I just stopped in the middle of nowhere. That's my bad. I basically saw the 30 kilometers an hour or the 30 miles an hour sign over there and kind of panicked. So let's get back up to speed. I actually want to throw this puppy into cruise control at some point. And you do that by pressing C, which is awesome. So as soon as we see 30 miles per hour on our navigation dashboard in the bottom right corner over there, I'm going to throw this sucker into cruise control so I don't have to worry about getting another speeding ticket. But keep your eyeballs peeled for a petrol station, my friends. We need to refill our tanks up in this jazz. All right, 32 miles an hour. Slow down a bit. And 30 miles an hour cruise control initiated. There we go. Sweet. Actually, let's go up one more mile. There we go. Cruise control initiated. Man, I don't remember seeing haystacks and stuff like that in London. Could just be me, but yeah. Cruise control. There we go. Initiated. Alright, there we go. Oh, awesome, guys. We're back on the freaking road. We've got tunes pumping, and damn, We are ready for another sweet-ass Euro Truck Sim 2 delivery. Oh, actually, I should probably stay in this lane because it looks like we're going to be taking this off-ramp over here. But on this journey to Amsterdam, guys, I thought that I would tell you a little bit of a story involving myself and my brother from the same friggin' mama, the real Gox. And this is a story more about Goxy than about me. But, you know, a ton of you guys, especially you older cyber dogs out there who have been with me since the days of Take It with my brother, you guys will, oh no, I just messed up. I just messed up. I'm on the M25. I'm on the M25, my bad. All right, we're going to have to take the next off-ramp, I think. Oh, man. Have no idea why I did that. Well, noob. That's why I did that. Anyway, guys, I think we'll be able to loop around over here at this little next off-ramp over here. But this story that I'm about to tell you guys is more about my brother from the same friggin' mama, the real Goxy, than about me. And it's kind of a crazy story. And it starts, it involves the time when Goxy and I used to work together in the same restaurant. Now, we were pretty, I mean, I was probably like 20, and Goxy was like 18, I guess. I'm gonna just go down this road, just, you know, just because I don't know, got to try and loop around, right? I think this thing will loop around for us. No, can't do a U-turn over here, SatNav. You're gonna have to recalibrate and find out which way we're supposed to be going up in here, man. But anyway, when we were a bit younger, Goxy used to work in this steak restaurant, right? When he had just finished school. And he was doing pretty well there, actually, and it was a really awesome restaurant. And I thought to myself, you know what? I want to work at that restaurant too. And I used to live in a different city. Well, I used to study in a different city when I was at university. And my brother started working at this place when he was still at school. So during his holidays, during his school holidays, he used to work there. And I would be at university, right? So when I came back home for my holidays, Goxy would be working there, and I thought to myself, you know what? I actually want to work there too. That looks like a pretty sweet place. So Goxy got me in there. He got me connected with the boss, and I went for an interview, and I got the job, which is awesome. And basically, this restaurant, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. We've just come all the way back to London. No, can you believe it? Can you freaking believe what your eyeballs are seeing right now, people? Dude, get out of my way. Man, you get out of my way. Alright, you know what? It is U-turn time, man. It is U-turn time. I'm a U-turn this sucker. Car, you better watch out, man. Because things are about to get crazy around here. U-turn! U-turn! Oh! Like a boss! Oh, that was awesome. That is what I'm talking about. Damn! Man, that was epic. I have freaking pwned that U-turn like nobody's business. Anyway, guys, so the restaurant that Goxy was working at was opening up a brand new branch about 2 kilometers from where Goxy was working, right? It was opening up like a new restaurant in the chain, and they needed a whole bunch of new waiters to actually work at that restaurant. And because Goxy was one of the best waiters at the branch he was working at, the boss decided that he was going to send Goxy to the new branch to work there as a waiter. And I went for an interview with him, and he was like, oh, you're Goxy's brother? Well, you must be a pretty good waiter also, so I'm going to send you to the new branch too. So I also got the job to start working at the new branch. And it was a crazy ass time for both Goxy and me, man, because the restaurant was opening in like 3 days. The grand opening was happening. It was going to be this huge event with press and celebs, and well, South African celebs. You know, we're not talking Angelina Joe freaking Lee here, people. We're talking like, you know, a few well-known people from South Africa. So no one that you would ever know. But this place was opening, and we needed to get that jazz ready. You know, it had just been finished painted. The paint work had just been done. Like the tables and chairs and everything had just arrived, and the kegs that were arriving. And Goxy and I were part of the waitering team that were to set up this restaurant from the very, very beginning. And I think we actually need to be in this lane over here, so that we can, oh, geez, that was close, so we can get back on track here. But I'll never forget that opening day, because Goxie and I were one of the few male waiters on that very first waitering team. I think that the boss had decided to, to stock up on the ladies so that his restaurant would, do better with the male clientele, I guess. And even though the real Goxie and I are ridiculously good looking, we obviously weren't good looking enough for our boss. So he decided to stock up on some female waiters, and unfortunately all the heavy lifting work suddenly ended up being Goxie and I's problem, man. We were carrying beer kegs from the basement all the way up to the bar, and we were, and a beer keg is like 50 kilograms a pop, people. I mean, that is some heavy jazz. And we had to carry like 50 of those from the truck to the storage room, then from the storage room to the bar. We were carrying tables up and down stairs, picking up freaking tables and chairs and tables and chairs and kegs. And the heaviest jobs that the restaurant had was basically Goxie and I's job, right? So that was okay, man. We were young, we were strong, we were able-bodied young men, and we freaking nailed that jazz, man. And the restaurant opened without a hitch. It was a ridiculously busy night. It was my very first night of waitering, so it was kind of intense for me, I gotta say, man. It was like, it was hectic, because I'd had like a few days training at the other branch, and I kind of knew what I was doing, and I'd never really waited before. I'd worked in like a coffee shop for a few weeks before that, but I never actually properly waited in a proper restaurant. This was like a restaurant where you had to know the menu off by heart, you had to know the wines, you had to be able to answer questions on some of the cigars that were in the smoking room. You had to work pretty hard to work at this restaurant. You had like a proper uniform that you had to iron every day, and I mean, it was awesome, man. We made good freaking cash at that restaurant, man. Goxie and I used to work like double shifts, so we used to work 12 to 15 hour shifts, and we would make, I don't know, we'd make something like the equivalent of like about $100, which doesn't sound like a lot. And in America, that's not a lot, but in South Africa, $100 is a lot. It was probably more of the equivalent of like, if we were to equate it was probably more like $250 to $300, right? We could make sort of $200 to $300 on a really good night, on like a Friday night or something, when the restaurant was really, really packed, and we'd have really, really good tips. I mean, I remember one day when, after we'd been working at the restaurant for quite a while, the owner of the restaurant came up to me and he was like, "Look, I've got a very important bunch of clients coming to eat at the restaurant tonight, and oh, I just had a collision. My bad. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Mercedes-Benz. But I was driving here, man. I totally blame you. I'd indicated and everything, and you just carried on coming." Anyway, guys, the owner came up to me and he was like, "ReNDoG, we're gonna. I've got a few of my clients coming for dinner, and I want you to be the head waiter of our table." And I was like, "Hell yeah, cha-ching! I'll definitely be the head waiter for your table." And he said, "Yeah, there's 20 people coming, right? So I want you to be the head waiter, and you're going to have 3 runners with you, and I want you to manage the runners and make sure that the table goes really, really well." And I was like, "Hells yeah, I can do that." And this was after like 6-7 months of working there. So I was, and in the waitering business, people come and go quite quickly. So if you stick around for 6 or 7 months, you become like a senior staff member, Anyway, I did pretty well that night. I managed all of the waiters, all the runners really, really well, and that table managed to spend something like, I don't know, the equivalent of like $5,000, right? And in South Africa, if you're a waiter, by law, you get a 10% tip. So right off the bat, I got like a $500 tip, and it was epic. I was so rich that night, man. I was in heaven that night. I made so much freaking cash. I don't know where it all went. I think I bought speakers for my car or something, and it just disappeared instantly. But damn, was it freaking sweet, man. Just gonna fill up on some fuel in here. Yeah, I'll take me a tank of fuel, please. And let's fill that puppy up. Anyway, so, at this restaurant, my brother and I, we used to do pretty well, and we used to work there during our school holidays and our university holidays. And, the owner knew that we weren't there all the time, and we had a sort of, what, was that a fine? Oh! Did we just get a fine? Or was that just that was just the cost of the fuel? Okay, sweet. Anyway, so the owner of the restaurant knew, right, that we could only work there during the weekends or whatever. So we had a sort of arrangement going, you know. Come on, everybody, let's go, man. I got a delivery to make. Yeah, you wait for me, butthole. That's how I roll. Sweet. So anyway, guys, this story that I'm telling you is actually about Goxie, not about me. So that was a sweet night serving my boss's table and all of that sort of jazz. But there was a night that Goxie had basically what could only be called a disaster, right? And basically what happened was, Goxie was working on the balcony of the restaurant. So the restaurant was massive. It was 2 stories high, and it had like a really awesome patio area with tables outside with really massive umbrellas that used to cover the tables outside. It was a really beautiful place to eat. It was kind of like a deck, right? And you would sit out there on the deck in the beautiful South African sunshine, drinking cold beer and eating steak and chips and all the other sweet jazz that we had on the menu. And it was a Friday night, which was always the busiest night, right? Because what would happen is this restaurant would actually, half of the restaurant would turn into like a sort of club, or there would be like a dance, there was a dance floor there. So like the bar area of the restaurant after like 10 p.m. would become like a club, right? So Fridays were really, really popular, but this was quite an expensive restaurant, right? This wasn't like a McDonald's or whatever. So the clientele who used to go to the restaurant were all like pretty rich young people, and like really rich young people. Mostly just like rich kids. Like in South Africa, you get loads of kids who are have really rich parents, and it was those sort of kids. And I say kids, they weren't really kids. They were like 18 to 26 sort of age. Those dudes get like amazing cars from their dad. Their first car is like a freaking Mercedes Benz. They have loads of money to spend and stuff. And this restaurant we worked at was the kind of place that they'd like to go, because they could have like an expensive meal and then be able to drink like exotic beers and then have a dance floor to dance on or whatever. So on Fridays, this restaurant that we worked at was always packed with like these young rich yuppies, is basically what we used to call them. And the patio was like particularly popular with this crowd, because if the weather was nice, there's nothing better than sitting outside after work, having a nice cold drink, and like the sun is shining on your face, and it's just awesome. So the patio was, the tables on the deck were always reserved by like the richest of the group. So Goxie was serving a table of sort of wealthy young men outside on the deck, and I don't know, there were about 6 of them, I guess, and they were probably all like bankers or small business owners or just like kids of rich dads. And those kind of tables are generally, if you're a guy waiter, those kind of tables are generally really good, right? Because what you do is you try and build up a rapport with the guys. You like joke with them, laugh with them, tell them jokes and stuff, and talk about girls and stuff like that. And they really love that, right? And if you can sort of become like a friend of that sort of table as a waiter, you're going to get a big tip from those guys, right? So Goxie was in there, man. He would, Goxie's a really charismatic guy anyway. He could charm the pants off a sea bass, and he was in there, man. These guys were loving him, and he came to tell me, I was working inside, and he came to tell me, he's like, oh man, I got such an awesome table. I think I'm going to do really well off this table, like these guys are really nice, like they're treating me really well. This is awesome. What the jazz are you? What are you doing there, dude? Freaking butthole! And I was stoked for my brother, right? I was like, yeah, because I'd had that awesome table that my boss had given me, right? So I wanted Goxie to also have a really good table so that he could also do well like I did, right? And anyway, the night carried on. Goxie kept coming back and forth, taking beers outside. He was looking super happy, like everything was going well, man. I was stoked for him. I thought to myself, well, this is excellent over here, man. Like he's doing really, really well. And obviously, these guys are happy with his service, and he's going to get a massive freaking tip at the end of this jazz. Anyway, the night progressed, and Goxie came in to the kitchen with beer all over his apron and on his shirt, and his face was as white as a ghost. And I suddenly thought to myself, oh my goodness, something horrible has happened. And Goxie was like panicking, he was running, he was spinning, he was trying to like sort out everything, trying to get more beers as quickly as possible. And I stopped him and I was like, Goxie, what happened, man? What happened? And he was like, and he told me the story, man. He took a full tray of beers out to these guys on the deck, and it was like 4 beers, 2 Guinnesses, like a glass of whiskey, you know, some food, some niblets and stuff like that. And as he was trying to put the beers in front of the guys, he spilt the beers onto the table, and the beer like ran all over one of the guy's pants, like all down the front of his trousers, like onto his lap, right? And I think the beer may have like spilt onto the other guys and basically just gone all over the freaking table and made a giant ass mess all over the table, right? And this is a table that Goxie been working for like 2 hours, and you know, he was building a good rapport with these young dudes, and suddenly he spilled beer all over them, and he was panicking, man. He was like, oh my god, you know, like, what have I done? I'm gonna get fired. These dudes are never gonna tip me. This is horrible. And I was like, Goxie, just relax, man. It was just an accident. Everybody knows, you know, that sometimes waiters make mistakes. Sometimes spillage happens. I mean, oh, I gotta stop. I'm gonna get a fine. Whew. Don't worry, they'll understand. They're young, you know. They know what you're going through. Blah 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 blah. And Goxie was like, okay, sweet. No worries, man. I'm gonna buy them a round on my tab. You know, I'm gonna pay for the next round. Gonna take it out to them. And I was like, yeah, man, that sounds like a great idea, right? Buy them all a drink, apologize, make a joke out of it, laugh a bit, and everything will be fine, man. They'll forgive you. And you know what? They'll be laughing about this like later on the dance floor, you know, like. And you'll be the waiter that spilled beer on them that they gave like a huge tip to. So don't stress, Goxie. And he was like, okay, cool, that sounds good. So he got new drinks for the guys, put them on a tray, took them outside, and I was still in the kitchen, sort of trying to get the food that I needed for my table. And I saw Goxie come back into the kitchen, and this time his face wasn't just white, man. This time his face was like gray, as if all of the color had freaking drained from his face, man. And I was like, oh my goodness, something bad has happened once again. And I said, Goxie, what happened, my brother? Talk to me. And he said, well, I took those beers outside, put them on the table, and spilt the beer on the same guy again. And I face palmed so hard. I was just like, oh, Goxie, what have you done, my brother? What have you done? No! And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think that our boss may have taken Goxie off that table. In the end, I don't think Goxie got a tip at all. But man, what an absolute tragic moment for my brother, man. It was so horrible. You know, it's like, as a waiter, right? And Goxie and I are both like really hard workers. We take a lot of pride in the work that we do. And even as working as a waiter, you know, we always tried to work as best we could, man. We were always proud of what we did. We were proud of the service that we gave. We were proud to be able to say that we were excellent waiters, that we always gave the service that our clients deserve. And even, you know, even spilling a drink on a client once is bad enough, right? That is awful. Like, for anybody, man, that is an awful experience for any waiter that takes their craft seriously. But doing it a second time, I mean, that is just horrible, man. Goxie, I love you, brother. But that was a crazy night, man, and I just wanted to share that story with the Cyberdogs because I think it's kind of hilarious, man. And it's particularly hilarious because now the Goxie is like a biochemical engineer, like from drink spilling waiter to biochemical engineer. You know, I mean, doesn't get much better than that, does it? Anyway, guys, we have arrived at our destination here, and I've just gone in a circle because I think I missed the turn off to the ferry over here, so my bad. But it looks like we're about to head onto the ferry that's going to take us to the European mainland, and then we're going to be driving through Europe to get our buttholes over to the Netherlands, so that is epic. And here we go, man. We don't even have to park the truck onto a ferry boat or anything. We can literally just go here and we will hit that ferry and end up in Amsterdam at the end of this. But guys, we have come to the end of this episode of Euro Truck Sim 2. I hope you have enjoyed this return to this epic series. I absolutely love that journey. Apologies for the noobing out in the beginning, man. What can I say? This is a ReNDoG video. If you're watching this video for pro tips on how to play Euro Truck Simulator 2, you are in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this has been ReNDoG playing Euro Truck Sim 2, and I'm behind the wheel of Maximus the truck. And in the next episode, we are going to be heading to the Netherlands, or to Amsterdam in the Netherlands to make our delivery, and then picking up our return delivery from Amsterdam to take back to Grimsby in the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching this episode. My sabbat diggity dows. If you enjoyed it, you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you hit that subscribe button. And can't wait to see you behind the cockpit once again in this Euro Truck Sim 2 series. See you later, my friends. Goodbye.